What are we gonna do tonight, O.C.G?
Well, the same thing we try to do every night, Bertram. Take over the world. I mean, YouTube. Take over YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, joined once again by my faithful manservant / fucktotem Bertram, and this is my review for the Shapeshifting Detective. So my friends, the Shapeshifting Detective was released in 2018 and is another overacted FMV video game. What? What does FMV mean? Well, it's quite simple really. It means, fornicate, no, not fornicate, fresh, indeed. I think it's fresh movie. Shut up and don't ask such stupid questions. Anyway, the basic story is as follows. A naked woman has been strangled in her bed, and it's your role as a detective, a shape-shifting detective, to solve her murder by questioning several guests and other characters who have been staying or involved with a 5-star hotel. Correction, a 3-star hotel. Correction, I don't know what star hotel. And you do this by asking questions. And asking questions. And asking questions. And it won't take you long to notice, dear viewer, that the game will pause to give you time to choose what question to ask next, etc. And there's more awkward pauses here than a mentally challenged stutterer trying to read a sentence in a Goosebumps book. Note to self. Must reread every single Goosebumps book. I'm older now and thus less likely to wet myself reading Night of the Living Dummy. Scratch that. I have just wet myself mentioning Night of the Living Dummy. Scratch that. I have just wet myself again mentioning that Goosebumps book I just mentioned. So, basically you'll move through the chapters of the game, speaking to all of the main characters, shape-shifting, trying to unravel the mystery, and then a few hours later you'll be asked to guess the killer, and then the game will end one of multiple ways. Agatha Christie, this is not. In fact, I'd wager if this was a book, Miss Christie wouldn't even use the pages to wipe her backside.
There's going to be another murder.
Now that's an uncomfortable image I wager you could have done without, dear reader. And if you don't know who Agatha Christie is, then I imagine you are the kind of chap who was breastfed till the age of 19, has 2 to 3 teeth, voted for Trump in the last election, and has an IQ smaller than the size of my manhood. And trust me when I tell you, that is small. How does it feel to watch a review from someone who is your intellectual superior? Correction. How does it feel to be a dummy dumb? As you've probably already guessed, given the game's title, you can turn into other characters and talk to the other characters as them, etc. This is something I would like to be able to do in real life. Not for any nefarious purpose, of course. I'm a gentleman, and certainly could not dream of abusing such an ability. Therefore, I would simply transform into a beautiful woman and admire my naked body in the mirror. Maybe take a picture or 12. Have a shower. Most importantly, have sex with a well-hung older chap. You know, the usual. I must say, though, it must be such a chore for our detective being inside so many beautiful ladies. I'd say I know how he must feel, but, I haven't been inside a beautiful lady since before I was born. Yes, my mother was quite a looker. Too bad she wasn't very good at looking. She just didn't see that grand piano coming. Speaking of beautiful women, all of the women in this game are so beautiful, I almost kicked my wife out of our bed last night. But then I remembered my wife does not sleep in our bed. She sleeps in a very uncomfortable cage in the basement. Now, you might think that's cruel, but I can assure you, dear viewer, making me sleep next to that abomination would be much more cruel. For me, of course. But that's not to say there aren't some good male characters in the game. In fact, the game does have a lot of interesting characters in it. My personal favourite was a chap called Poe, a man after my own heart. By that I mean he's pretentious, arrogant, has a smooth as silk British accent, though the actor is German, and has magnificent facial hair. It sounds like I want to marry him, but, I do. I really do. In fact, he will be appearing with his partner in this game, Monroe, in an upcoming game from the developers of this one. So, you can bet your ass I'll be looking out for that, and I'll be jumping on it faster than you can say something very quickly. Now, like all FMV video games, this is more of an interactive movie than an actual video game, but if you're okay with that, then there is a fairly entertaining little game here. Just, maybe don't expect Oscar-worthy acting. I mean, frankly, I've heard better acting in an advert for thrush cream than I heard from some of the, and I use this term very loosely, from some of the actors in this game. But I must give a special shout out to Eileen, Allison, Eileen, Ashleen, Death, and Clemens Coding, who were both very, very good. Now, I have just complimented two of my fellow actors, and therefore my one good deed of the day is done. Now, I'm off to blowtorch my manservant's underpants. But before I do, I am going to score the Shape-Shifting Detective a 7 out of 10. Yes, I really enjoyed this one. So, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, my review for the Shape-Shifting Detective. If you enjoyed this little review of mine, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy it, well then, feel free to give me a thumbs down. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, bell button thingy. But remember the single most important thing I always tell you, ladies and gentlemen, and that is to always stay obsessed.
Hi,
with gaming.
Hi.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
Are you still here? Go away! I'm sure you've got something better to do with your time. No, seriously. Piss off. Be gone. Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen. Bye. What in the hell is wrong with you? Go away! Vacate this space! Hit the cross at the top of the screen! The video is done! It's over! It's finito! It's caputo!